What's going on, AfterBuzz family? You knocked and we're buzzing you in. It's time for episode 4. Grab your popcorn because it's time for Insecure and we are thirsty as...
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey.
What?
Classic man. Hey, remix. This is the Black Fancy. Hey, yo.
It's the Black Fancy.
Classic man. Classic man. Man, oh man, it's Sunday. It's almost midnight, but we are rocking.
All
You know
Hallows
why?
Eve.
Because we love y'all. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV presents Insecure, episode 4, Thirsty as what?
We just gotta have a dance party here one
We're
night.
gonna have a dance party.
Dance
One day
party,
you gonna
rap
come.
battle, all that.
Look, one day they gonna pan in on us,
Mm-hmm.
and I ain't gonna have on hardly no clothes.
What?
And I'm gonna just be breaking it down.
Tonight would be the night for that. It's Halloween. Eve.
Low key. Look,
But
we gonna get into
We'll
that.
save it for something special.
And that's why I do have on this burnt orange jacket. It's also because here in LA.
Is that why?
Well, it's also been raining like crazy in LA. I've literally
It
had
has
on
been.
this jacket and this hat all day long. I've been out. But wait a minute.
looks
We
good.
haven't
I
even
like it.
slated and let people know who we are.
Oh.
You know me, it's your girl McCall Hall. When sports and pop culture collide, you can find me on social media at McCall Hall. And who else do we have?
And of course, your girl, Spicy Mari. You guys can play with my Twitter or stroke my Instagram, as always, at Spicy Mari.
And it's your boy Omari Bailey. You can find me on Twitter and IG at OnWithOmari or on Snapchat at Omari B. Please follow me on Snapchat. I love Snapchat. It's my new favorite thing.
He loved to play
You
with
been
his
snapping?
Snapchat.
I love to play
I'm
with
still
my
doing
Snapchat,
Insta
take care of
stories.
He
Snapchat.
loved to
It's
play with his
convenient.
Snapchat. Now let me say something real
Send me
quick
some
now.
pictures.
Now as y'all getting your popcorn and getting your beverages and whatnot, I just want to let you guys know that you can always engage with us on social media, AfterBuzz TV across the board. We love to hear from you all, and so
Yes.
I'd like to shout out some people before we get started, as I'm going to be doing going forward. Kia J, shout out to you. Brick Brack. L. Claybon 72, Kinetic Sparks Moses. He says that his name is pronounced Sir Ban Decay. That's not how
it's
it looks
spelled
on my
at all.
screen, but you know,
saw
I barely
that.
got out the 5th grade. Donnie Ray, shout out to you. We have the same middle name. White girl twerks better than Pog.
Wait, what?
What's
I don't know what a Pog is, but you know,
Is that a? That's
I don't think a
real?
white
That's real
girl
handle?
could ever twerk
Yo, send us
better.
send us a Twitter video of that. We got to clarify,
Like,
make sure,
please,
verify.
yeah,
Yeah.
What are you even talking about? Sharon Boone, shout out to you. Tammy B, my man CPR, Terry Bosley. We can shout out Greek Life whenever we want to shout out Greek Life, because when you
Thank
look,
you.
Spicy, you can
Oh,
co-sign on
Thank
this.
you.
That's what it-
I saw that comment too.
Oh,
'Cause-
we just got it. Look,
What is it?
fat ass white girl. Thank you. Thank
White
you,
girls
Neil.
twerk
Thank you,
better
Neil, in
than
the
fat-
studio.
That doesn't make any sense. So let me just address this. When I decided to become a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority
There we go.
Incorporated, because somebody said I'm a Delta, and I'm like, oh no, girl. And no disrespect to them. But as a 3rd generation member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, this is a commitment that is for
Lifelong.
your lifetime. Okay, I don't just do community service when I'm an undergrad, darling. I'm doing community service now. I'm serving the community now in my adulthood.
I
Let
knew you were gonna go
them know,
in
let
on
them
someone
know.
when I saw that comment.
I was not gonna
like,
let that one pass.
Here she goes.
You
Let
know,
'em
you
know.
tried it, and look, you guys are free to say whatever you want to say. It ain't no sweat off my brow. I just want to make sure that y'all know. So anywho, let's keep it moving.
And we're allowed
Derek
to respond.
Elliott, shout out to you, my man. Keep tuning in. Jazz Pitts, Phoenix, Money Penny. White girls twerk better than Pog. Just got everything to say. Madam Sophia, King Speck, Olajuwon Washington, Unnamed Assailant, Joshua Lee.
Dude, we got a lot of people.
We got a lot of people. A
Thank
lot of
you.
people. Keep shouting us out. Now, here's the deal. Now, when you do shout us out and you happen to be in the LA area, hit us up and let us know, and I'm going to tell you why. We have a special guest tonight. She's spicy, and her sister is sweet. I'm going to kick it to you real
We're gonna
quick.
call her Sweet Shelly.
We're gonna call her
Now, Spicy sister, sweet, what's your name?
Shelly.
Shelly.
Sweet baby.
What's your name is, girl?
Sweet,
your name is,
sweet,
guys?
sweet baby.
What they call you?
So welcome to the panel. She's on our couch. So, you know, sometimes if you're in the area, you can hang out on the couch with us. She's going to be joining us tonight. So, you know, she might chime in and have something to say as well as
I
a
have to
true
chime in
fan.
too.
She's a super fan. Like she's
Like
the
a
one who
super
put
fan.
me
I'm
on
like, yeah, I put-
Awkward Black Girl before it was Insecure.
Okay.
Before Issa was who she
You
is
put her
today.
on?
She put me
Yes,
on.
I was like, you have to watch this YouTube series with me.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
I love awkward.
I'll just tell you guys before we get into it. This weekend started off for me kind of like slow. Like I got home from work on Friday, and I was like, I kind of want to go out, but I kind of want to stay in. And you know what I did for a big chunk of my Friday?
No.
Netflix and chill.
No, not quite Netflix, but I went on YouTube and I watched Issa Rae's press circuit. So Issa Rae's been doing a lot of press for the show, and I watched her interview on not AfterBuzz, excuse me. That's what we on.
Yeah, come.
And Issa Rae,
interview
you can
on our
come
show.
over here and interview with us.
Please come.
But she was on the Breakfast Club, and my God,
Was it?
How
so
was it?
smart.
Yeah.
She's so smart. She's so witty. She's so
I want to go watch this interview.
avant-garde.
What did you learn from?
Well, this is what I have to
press
say
circuit?
that I learned about Issa, and you know, for those true fans like Sweet Baby over here, and I'm sorry, I'm just not good with names off the
Sweet baby.
Unless you're
like
a
Sweet
YouTube
Baby.
commentator,
I
so
go
I
by
don't
Sweet
remember
Baby.
your
like
name.
Sweet Baby. You know, I've known about Issa Rae for years, but when she really broke it down in the Breakfast Club, Issa Rae has been going at this for
Yeah.
9 years.
Grinding.
Since she was at Stanford. Okay, shout out to the Pac-12 schools. And Stanford is the Harvard of the West. So baby girl ain't no
She went to
dummy.
Stanford.
And we can
Stanford.
shout out colleges too if we
You know,
want.
and we can go there because we got degrees too.
You already know about
we
that.
got degrees. but what I realized is she has been working so hard, and all the obstacles that you and myself and people who are here at AfterBuzz, we work really hard, and it was just one of those really affirming and reaffirming moments for me this Friday, watching her tell her story. It's like,
You sold me. I gotta go home and watch it.
please,
Yeah.
I sent my mom about 4 of them. She was on Breakfast Club. She sat down with Gail, Oprah's Gail.
yeah.
That's so petty.
Oprah's
Oprah's Gail. Sat down with Oprah's Gail. She went on The View, and she also went on, I believe, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh.
Okay.
So she had a few.
I saw her on The View. That was a funny interview.
Some great interviews. Whoopi and her are like kin.
I saw the same thing with Issa, Yvonne. Like, I met her maybe 9 years ago. Saw her doing stand up at like a small club in New York City. So everyone in the cast has just been grinding, hustling. So like,
Grinding.
I said it's the first episode. Just so happy to see that payoff and to see
Yeah.
their journey and to like track their progress and to see you can do it if you work hard, if you're talented, if you're smart, if you're humble, and just keep doing your thing. So the dream is possible.
The dream is possible,
The dream is possible.
and looking at Issa Rae, the dream is real.
Right.
Okay.
It's
Did you
real.
see the contour
Real
she had?
as F.
Baby girl came through with the braids slick just right. I'm
Yo,
like,
that glow
you know
up is
what?
real.
Don't let me get no real money.
That HBO money.
That HBO money. Look, this like
Coming
kind of good money, but don't let me get on no real money because I'm gonna show
don't
my
gotta tell
black
me
ass.
nothing.
Clearly,
Now,
we're proud of you, Issa.
we're very
Very
proud.
proud.
And we can't wait for you to come here on AfterBuzz TV.
Can't wait.
So let's get into it. Episode 4. Let's see. It's 11:38. They're going to kick us out of here at 12 o'clock. So we have all of 22 minutes to
All right,
get
let's
through
get in.
Okay.
Let's get in.
what I would. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to be real.
Yeah, be real.
This was my least favorite episode of the 4.
It was a filler.
It was a filler.
Yeah.
You
With
know,
only
this was
8
a-
episodes, I think you
this
probably
was-
don't need a filler episode.
I think this
but
was the album filler.
Okay.
We got the singles, and now this is like.
It's like track 7. Just like skip over. Every album's got a couple.
So,
It's like, next.
what did you not like about it? Like, what weren't you crazy about?
I feel like after 3 episodes, the other shoe should drop.
Especially when you only have 8 episodes, there never needs to be a dull moment. This was kind of just a dull episode. And I love there were some funny moments, but what really happened? She had a
We
career
didn't learn
day.
nothing new.
The whole Rashida thing was like ongoing. I mean, what was...
We been
what
known
was
Dada
good?
was
Yeah,
loud.
We knew she was loud. We told y'all last week she was too loud. Molly tried to tell the girl she didn't want to listen. She's like, I didn't have to switch it up in my interview. Well, clearly you switched something up because they're not feeling you.
Yeah, exactly. Now I want to go. Look, I basically broke it down. We have about 9 scenes. We're just
Okay.
gonna run through real quick the
Let's run
9
through 'em.
scenes.
Let's do it.
The first scene we got Lawrence and Issa trying to have sex in the shower. Which shower sex. Whoa,
It is
Shower-
really challenging.
very
yeah.
challenging.
Shower sex is awkward.
But once you get the rhythm,
Gotta find the rhythm.
hey now.
Or
Then they
the
go.
room. It's hard with the room. I
Yeah.
think that's the hardest part is making room in there.
And you go,
Yeah,
only
see-
half of you gets the water, like only one of you gets the water at a time, and then you're cold, like standing there, like, can I get in?
But
and
let me
like
play
the
devil's
soap gets in your
advocate.
eye, you know.
Like
It's just
shower sex at a hotel is even difficult. Because
More
I've been at some beautiful resorts. You know.
She's had plenty of opportunities for shower sex.
I've had the smallest of the shower and the
And
most
the
gargantuan of the
largest of the
shower.
showers.
You know what I mean? Those rainfall shower heads and whatnot. And it's always awkward. So anywho, so they go couch shopping, and I like this because This is a new beginning. Do you again? Think like a
Yes.
man.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about think like a man.
What
Going
about it?
couch shopping.
Did they
A
do that?
couch. Yeah, they bought a new couch.
Okay.
No, but not in Think Like a Man.
Well, no.
I don't remember that scene, did they?
And
Think like a man too.
Oh, I didn't see the.
Remember
Okay, got it.
Gabrielle?
Get specific. Okay.
Yeah, Gabrielle Union and the white dude got a new couch.
The white
Okay.
dude.
I don't know his name.
From
Sweet
Entourage.
baby. I don't know her name. Golly. But my point is, buying a couch as a couple is such an investment. It's like the first step to buying a house almost. You know what I mean?
Like in a
Okay.
puppy or something.
And I feel like this was really good for their relationship.
I also like the pillow on the couch. The Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
What's good?
Miley was
Well,
good.
I keep
Yeah. What's
noticing
good,
that.
Miley? What's good, Miley? You saw
I'm like,
that.
any guy that allows you to have that pillow on the couch really loves you. Because I don't know any man that's going to just let you have that pillow on the couch.
Don't most women take over decorating the whole house anyway?
Yeah, but
And
that's
I was-
also, I mean, that's like having New Kids on the Block, but Nicki Minaj. Like,
Nah,
It's-
I
I
feel
think
like
it's a little too
whenever
old for
I
it
do
to have
move in,
a
like
artist's
I'll
face
let her
on her
take
pillow.
over decorating. What is it, privileges, and just like take the whole thing over. I don't really care.
But wait,
just make
spicy.
it look nice.
You know,
I don't think
you
they
know
call
what
that
they say.
decoration.
You know what they say? They say 30 is the new 20.
Yeah, okay, so look, I really feel like we're trying to, we're giving Issa and her boyfriend, and I've been saying this the entire time,
Yeah.
and although I love Insecure, I just feel like we're really trying to give them issues for people in their 20s when they're really in their 30s. And so I think a lot of the stuff that's going on is stuff that you get over through the hump at like 25, 26, and I just really think that a lot of these storylines that they're giving us are immature.
Now, I agree with you, but where I disagree, and I think that they're trying to be realistic, is because of our current job market and whatnot. There are a lot of people who are in their mid to late 20s who just trying to figure it out,
And that's okay.
and that's fine.
And that is
Okay.
okay.
But I
That's
just I
definitely
feel
okay.
like I feel like I know plenty of people who are 28, 29, 30 plus who are kind of like still trying to figure it out. Hell, to some extent, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, I'm confused. Like, what's immature about their
Well,
dynamic?
just like I feel like even like the way that she handles like her issues with her boyfriend or whatever. You know, like I mentioned earlier last week, their poor communication.
Yeah.
And I think that
I know 40 and 50-year-olds that have poor communications. in
right,
relationships,
and I
so-
get that, but I just feel like some of the scenarios are situations that at this point in her life that she would have potentially, I think, overcome or be a little bit wiser about. And maybe I'm just being like super critical, but I feel like the way that she's even handling even coming back into the relationship with him and being, you know, happy again. I get it. You mentioned that they're on a new journey. They're, you know, couch shopping or whatever.
Yeah.
But once again, she's living with somebody who she's still not sure about. Like, you're couch shopping, but then the next day you're inviting your old boo who you really want to smash to career day.
Again, this ain't what I would be doing.
Right.
But I think I think this is the masses. Unfortunately, this is an unfortunate reality that I think the mass of, you know, African American people of color in that mid to late 20 group, I think they're dealing with this more than we even realize. You got your ish together, okay? To an extent, you know, I got my ish together. I don't think we realize it's rough out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my thing.
I know.
But let's move forward. I want to talk about Molly and her league boo, who she broke up with Jared Ford.
Enterprise.
And then this dude seems to
Renegade.
be
He's
a
gonna
damn...
come back though.
He's going to come back. But like I said, not the way you think.
He's going to come back with
Right.
He's gonna
Rashida.
come
Your
back.
prediction was
he's gonna
he's gonna
come
be with
back.
her
He's gonna
friend.
come back. But let's talk about Molly and this dude from the league. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I think that her vibe with him, she came off controlling, and she didn't say anything terrible. But it was like the whole, well, you should check in, or I didn't know you were safe. Like, you should have texted
After
me.
date 2.
It was like
After
mothering.
date 2.
After date 2. What was
Sweet baby.
It was like mothering.
Like mothering.
Right.
Now, from sweet to spicy.
Yes, I completely peeped that. But even even not just the mothering thing, because that's like the extreme of it, but men just don't want to be held accountable for somebody that they're not in a committed relationship with. So why am I responsible to you for checking in if you're not even my woman yet? So I don't even think he was thinking like, oh, you're like a mama yet. I think he was thinking, this is only like date 2, date 3. You have the audacity to ask me or
Right.
to even remind me that I didn't hit you up.
Right.
Like, at this point, she should just be cool and not even be tripping. But But I do think that at some point in the relationship, you have to vocalize what your expectations are for communication.
Absolutely.
Especially texting or calls, whatever it may be. Like, let me know, hey, if you're running behind, whatever your expectations are, you have to make that vocal. Because however you let somebody treat you, that's how they will continue to treat you.
Before I kick it to Omari real quick, this is my theory. If I have saved you in my phone, like if I don't pick up the phone and be like, hello, because I don't know who you are. If I have saved your number as your name and I pick up the phone with my tender voice, like, hello, then you need to be checking in.
What?
That's just me.
Yeah.
It's just what I do.
I have a lot of contacts that are just their numbers. There's no name. It's just
only
like,
when I feel like they're going to be around.
Checking in, though?
If I save your... Okay.
That
That's
is
just me.
control. Okay,
That's-
so you agree with Molly.
No, because that's date number 2.
Yeah.
So I disagree with Molly, but I do think by date 5 he should be checking in. I think she jumped the gun, but I do see her point.
Right.
Wait, why should somebody be checking in if you're not their mama and you're not their girlfriend?
Because I'm wasting.
It's not so much
Because I'm wasting good outfits, hairstyles, MAC product, which is not cheap. Praise God. I might even call my glam squad in because that's $150 an application. I don't do that for you guys here on AfterBuzz TV because but maybe for the finale. But anywho,
Oh yeah. Let's
I'm
go up.
spending money to be presentable for you. After 5 dates, if I did it right, like really, really, really right, we're looking at $600-700 in investment of my time and money. So I kind of want to know, like, are we like doing this for real?
Yeah.
Just, I mean, as a courtesy, you could say, "Hey, bitch, leave me alone. I'm fine." But just say, "Hey, bitch, I'm fine." You know what I mean? Like,
I feel.
Omari,
I feel where
give me the guy's
Homeboy was
point of
coming
view.
from, because like this is why I've been single for a couple years, because like you don't want to be tied down. You don't like commitment. It's a lot of pressure. You have to like check in all the time. You feel like you are responsible for someone, or someone else is like, looking out for you, checking up on your status all the time. Like that's why guys like feel like claustrophobic sometimes, and just like I need space. Like on date number 3 or date number 2, she's already like, "Oh, you didn't text me back last
Yeah,
night." I
date
was just
number
like,
two
I was just
is
like kind of
2.8.
worried about you. I was like, "Whoa, that sounds like a little crazy possessive, like already." So I think that's just a sign to him as a man, like this woman is controlling. She's gonna be checking in on me all the time. She's gonna be overbearing, and guys don't like that. We like our freedom, we like our space, and when we do find the right woman to settle down with, then we are okay with like giving them more of ourselves and more of our time. You know what I mean?
is that the key to your heart?
What, space?
Yeah.
I
Like,
definitely
leave me
understand
alone
why you
until-
guys would say that. I think that there's
You don't
I
understand
think if
what?
you are a thoughtful person, then you should be thoughtful. I think if you're a considerate person, you should be considerate. But if you are not a considerate person and you don't want to check in and you're not somebody who does that already, you should really come to the relationship presenting who you are and
Yeah.
not
I
perpetrating
think there's
as if you're somebody who is going to check in or be considerate when that's not, one, really your persona, and
Yeah.
two, you don't owe that to her because you haven't even made an assessment on date 2 or 3 if you really like somebody that much.
No, I agree.
It
I think
requires
we,
a lot
I think
more.
we
There's a
all,
difference
I think
between,
we
like-
all agree. But okay, here's the next level question. At what point do you start checking in?
I think there's a
Why
difference
is it
between
checking
like
in, though?
checking in and
Not checking
communicating.
in, but it's just communicating.
Yeah.
Like if
Like
I
she
text
asked him
you,
a question.
it should not take you. This is my theory. If I have gone on one date with you,
Yeah.
you can get a 24-hour pass. If you don't text me back, I'm just like, okay, whatever. But if we've been out a few times,
Mm-hmm.
like it should not take you more than 6 hours to get back to me.
And I agree with that.
I hate
I agree
waiting for
that it
text.
shouldn't take you that long. But like what he said was, okay, I'm going to let you know when I get home. And he fell asleep. Supposedly he fell asleep. But at the same time, she still is out with him in that moment. So instead of enjoying your moment while you're together and showing
Bringing up-
appreciation for spending quality time with him, you're talking about something that you didn't like that he did the night before. So you just
I
smacked
like
him
that.
on the
Yeah, that's-
hand
I like-
when
I think
he
we
is
all agree with
rewarding
that. Yeah,
you
let that
and
go.
Thank you
spending
for breaking
time with
that
you
down.
to
Let that
enjoy.
go.
Thank
Yeah.
you
You're
for breaking
taking
that
us
down.
out of the moment that we're in to talk about something that you didn't like. Like, he's not a little puppy and he's not a baby.
I like
That's
the
a
way you
different
broke
point.
that
That's
down
a different
because I
point.
feel like maybe if Molly and Issa had been sitting down over brunch, as us LA girls like to do, and she
Hey, LA
No,
guys like
I mean,
to do
for
that
real.
We
too.
went to brunch this
well,
morning.
okay, I'm Marley's too. But my whole thing is, if Issa and Molly had been discussing that and she brought it up as a concern, then maybe yes. But I do see your point. In the moment, order your starter salad.
Your Malbec.
Okay.
Malbec,
Then
whatever.
get your plate to share.
Spanish
okay.
wine.
Then get your wine, your Spanish wine, and be in the moment, darling. Don't be bringing up old shit.
Right, that's a different point,
That's
though.
a turn off.
From checking in the communication
Yeah,
thing. That's,
so I like how you brought that around. That's the real issue is why are you bringing up old shit? In the words of Smokey from Friday. So let's move forward because I don't want to keep dabbling on old shit. So Issa's at work and Daniel pops up, and I feel like her coworker low-key has the hots for Daniel.
What?
Frida, the white girl?
Yeah, the white girl. I think she has the hots for Daniel.
She's like getting, like, she's growing on me. Frida, she's like super funny, kind of.
Nah,
like
cause
little,
see,
like,
you bring your coworkers in too much, and they
and then, yeah. They already started talking shit about
having
Patricia.
secret white meetings.
But
Secret white meetings?
I think she really does want to be friends with Issa. I think
She seems
she's
genuine
trying to be a friend
and
to
nice.
Issa.
I think she's trying. But so
First of all, that's stalkerish because I have a friend who was dating this dude and he showed up to her job. They had like gotten into a fight the night before. He showed up to her job, signed in, and like left like a secret message on the sign-in page. Didn't say anything to her. So like when people show up to your job unannounced, it's kind of stalkerish. It's like a little crazy, don't you think?
It's kind of stalkerish.
No, it was stalkerish. I feel like I was going to try to give him a pass, but that was weird to me.
It was stalkerish,
He
but I
had a
also
text
feel
first.
like so much time has passed, even in just these episodes.
Yeah.
It's essentially been 3 weeks since we've seen this African American man and his
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous smile and his Kappa brand. Who I don't know the name of the actor, but he's a Noop. Okay, we keep seeing. Did you guys see the? He had
I thought I saw that, but then we just kept
I
watching.
couldn't
And I
tell
was
what
like,
it was. I thought it was a Q.
It was a K.
It was a K.
It was a K.
Okay.
So obviously he's a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. You see, it's lifelong. You
Yo,
can't get
the
rid of a
YouTube-
brand.
The YouTube commenters are
Especially
not
when
gonna
you
like
brand
that we're
yourself.
talking about this stuff.
Right? But anywho, just him popping up at work, I'm just like, why?
okay, so I'm gonna
Explain
be,
this.
yes, I'm gonna be
Give us the spicy.
the
Give us
devil's
the
advocate. So that would be, and I understand why you guys are saying that's stalkerish. It's like inappropriate. It's unprofessional. Blah
And
blah
he
blah
showed
blah
up
blah.
like looking all sweaty and like coming from working
But
out. Like,
have
that's
on a
like-
blazer.
Yeah, come
But
on.
yeah,
Her
he shouldn't have
job
come
looked like
in
a
his workout
bum.
clothes. But had Issa been like interested in him, like say she liked him, if she liked him, then it would have been 100% okay. Like you guys would be like, oh, that's so romantic. Like, that's so nice of him to surprise her. Had he brought some flowers, like whatever it may have,
Right.
whatever.
I don't
may
want
That's
my
have
different.
coworkers in my business.
But that's different. She has not been responding to his texts or calls.
You don't like your man
and he
sending you
shows up.
flowers on your birthday.
That's not her
or-
man.
When that's my man, and I have
Right.
talked about him at the water cooler, but she ain't.
That's not her man.
No, you're right. This is the beginning of something that he was trying to rekindle. And look, this is why I'm going to give him props because he messed up. He messed up big time. So what he could have just done was throw in the towel. She didn't reply to the text. She didn't reply to the call because he messed up. So in the sense, he rejected her and then she responded with rejection. So him trying to rectify the situation, he went to the next level by any means necessary. So I commend him for being fearless and not just giving up on something that he wanted. I understand why you guys are saying that it looks stalkerish
It's creepy.
because if you don't like the person or you've never been interested in the person, then it is a stalker. But the fact that she was interested in him and he just messed up and he was just trying to get back in her good graces, that's why it's not stalkerish.
I feel like showing up to her job unannounced after she hasn't been responding to you is a little bit much.
Because he pushed her away. So he's thinking that he's the one who
Needs
messed
to
up.
make the
It's
amends.
the same thing if like somebody hit it and quit it, doesn't call you or whatever, and then they're like, dang, I really messed up. And they try to get back
So
in your
he's
good
just trying
graces.
extra
Yeah, so
hard.
he's just trying.
I know,
I'm
but
looking at my Verizon app,
Yeah.
and I paid my bill this month.
Okay.
And if you need to call me, you can call me.
Leave me a voicemail.
I paid my bill. I
Mm-hmm.
just double checked. Shout out to Verizon. I paid my bill. You can call
AT&T.
me. Shout out to all the mobile carriers. We can call each other no matter where we're at. I could be
She's
at
not
work.
answering.
I could be at my house.
And he thinks he messed up.
then that's a sign.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Maybe don't show up to my job when I haven't been talking to you.
I think it could be embarrassing. I definitely think he probably could have embarrassed her.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't TV land, it could have been like her coworkers, like being nosy or whatever. You don't know
Right.
what the situation
I
is.
mean, her
like
coworkers
'cause they
are
could be
nosy.
Like, they are nosy.
Thanks,
and they're,
sweet
they're,
baby.
Sweet
they're
baby.
nosy and they're white. So it could be. So they could
You know
be
what I'm
like.
saying?
They could just
It's
be
awkward.
like. They
You
want
know
to
what I'm
know.
saying?
Right.
But I
Awkward.
think he had to go. You know what? It would have been worse had he gone to her home. So I'm happy he went to her work instead of her home.
Where he
for
get
one
her work
last
address?
shot.
How did he even find her job?
How do you even know? Well,
Her
LinkedIn will tell you
T-shirts
everything.
say
Yeah.
the name of
You
her
can find
company on.
everything.
I
If you
mean,
Google me right now and type
he
in
knows
LinkedIn,
where she works.
you
It's
know
probably
where I
on her
work.
LinkedIn
Do
profile.
you agree with her sentiment that exes always pop up in your life when you're seem to be doing good in a new
Yes,
relationship?
Yes,
there is a
That-
pheromone.
sure.
Yeah.
Listen, put the camera on me right now. I want to tell everybody this. There is a pheromone that you exude from your head. Now take your hat off when you do it. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But there's a pheromone that exudes from your head. If you have a weave, you need to sweat really hard so it gets out. But when you are happy, other people know you are happy. And when you are happy, it comes out of your pores. It comes out of all the hot spots of your body. Okay,
And they want to take that away from you.
And
Well,
people,
it's not even that they want to take that away from you. They just want like a piece of it. It's like, oh, I
Got
feel
you.
I might not have you anymore. Let me come and get that back while you're
okay.
in your zone.
And Spicy,
Okay.
you've heard that men are competitive. Omari, you can attest to this. Men feel like, oh, see, somebody else is winning. I have to win.
It's always
They
about
wanna
winning.
come
It's
You
always a
gotta
past
win.
love interest that comes into sabotage.
Oh, shit. It's
Leave me alone.
Sabotage.
or new ones.
Leave me
Saboteur.
alone. Let's get into Lawrence having
think
to
it is
finally
about
clock
winning,
in
though.
at Best
You're
Buy
right about
though. So Lawrence has to clock in at Best Buy. We see Lawrence finally like, okay, he's come to grips with the fact that I have to work at Best Buy, and then his boss kind of comes in and chops his
Nuts
private
off.
parts off. I'm trying to be so
Clip,
PC.
clip.
But trying to, they chop him off saying you got to work at the washer and dryer. Do my man Lawrence like that.
Well,
Sad. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Is there
sometimes.
different like tiers of Best Buy employees?
No, it's
'Cause
just
I didn't
he's-
know that.
He's a computer IT tech guy. He doesn't want to be telling people what washers and dryers to. Like, there's a difference. Like, you
Yeah.
know, you have the Geek Squad at Best Buy.
Okay.
Right? You know, so that's a little more.
so the Geek Squad think they're better than the
I
regular
don't know if
sales
they think
associates.
they're better, but that's just more of what he's prone to doing more. Where he knows more about that. He doesn't know about washers and dryers. And who
I
wants
don't
to be?
even think it was an intelligence thing. I think it was an ego thing.
No, it's
like,
not.
oh, I'm too good to work on the
But
the washer and dryer
intelligence,
section.
intelligence, in my opinion, transfers to ego. If I feel smart, it's like, why the hell would I ever want to feel dumb?
Right. Exactly.
I mean, that's just me.
He feels like he's like lowering himself to have to work in this position. But bro, you gotta get.
He's
paid,
already.
so
But my whole
you
thing
don't
is
have the
you're
room.
already at Best Buy.
Yeah.
I can
mean-
understand if they were like, you gotta start, mopping and throwing the trash.
My understanding was
That's
if you're on the
maintenance
floor,
now.
You gotta
you're
do
getting
whatever.
paid the
Yeah,
same.
exactly.
Whether you're
Yes.
talking about washers and
You are.
dryers
Right.
or
That's
jump
what I thought
drives.
too.
It's his ego's bruised a little bit.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I've never worked at Best Buy, and I pray to God I don't have to. So let's move forward. His ego gets all messed up. Issa has a sit down with her coworker. What's her name? Frida.
Yeah. it's
And
German.
they start having this like mutual hatred, like bash session over wine, trying to
Talk
plan
about
for their.
Patricia. I think that was her name.
What's her
or-
name? Yeah, Patricia.
Or something like that.
I'm a little nervous. I'm nervous.
You're nervous about their friendship.
I'm nervous
That she's gonna
about
turn
her. I'm nervous about Issa and her coworker having wine and Kiki King and Daniel popping up and this coworker just sending him on back there. Had that been me, I would have called her first, like, hey girl, there is some sweaty man up here at the front desk. Do you know this man? To me, there's something about Frida. I don't trust her.
And she was also in the
Really?
room when all those other coworkers were talking about Issa.
Tell him, sweet baby.
You think
Was
she's
she-
playing her a little bit?
Well, she's like straddling the fence, like doing both sides. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like
I
she was
feel you.
trying to be cool with the other coworkers when they were talking about her beach cleanup project and how it wasn't like a good idea. But then she wants to be close with Issa and like
Because
you
Issa's
know,
hot right now because she did the big project.
Right.
She's hot.
I don't see any malice intent yet. I
I
don't
don't
think
see
I
it
don't
I
see
don't think
anything
it's
that's intentional.
I don't think it's intentional. I just think she's playing both sides
I
right
peep what
now.
you're saying. I just don't agree. But I see where that could be coming from. But she seems genuine to me.
Only
She
time.
really
only
wants her
time will
friendship,
tell.
though. You
Yeah,
can
I
tell.
can
She
see she
really
wants her
wants her
friendship. I think she
friendship.
respects her too because when she was the lead on the project, she was definitely comfortable with allowing Issa to lead. So I think it's more of an admiration and dang, I like you as a person and I respect you at work. I would want to be your friend. I think that's what
Right.
that's what she's thinking. I don't think that it's intentional.
Did she say anything when the other coworkers were talking about her? Did she stand up for Issa? I
No,
can't
but Issa
remember.
came in
Like,
there and addressed it.
Yeah.
She was like automatically got defensive and she was. I
She
think she
was
said.
more so.
What did she say in response to it when
Who, Issa?
when Issa addressed it?
She was like, they just had some concerns, and I want to assure them that you're in charge. And I think she was just there more so
Oh,
to
okay. So
tried to
then she did
protect her.
assure
She was
them.
trying to, yeah.
Yeah, so
Trying
then
to
she did
protect
have
her.
her back then.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, is that having her back, or is that trying to just protect her feelings? Because I know, and I'm guilty of it, not here in the past 24 months, but in my past life before I got baptized, I would talk ish.
Born again.
Okay, born again. I would talk ish and then somebody brought it to my face, I would flip it as if I'm just trying to help you. Okay?
We all
But
do
secretly, I'm talking.
Well, I don't think that she was talking best. I didn't get that impression. I
wasn't.
think
She
that
was listening.
yeah, I think that Frida was like giving her affirmation or trying to like let her know that yes, I was a part of it, but I wasn't the one saying the stuff. And it is kind of tough when you are trying to be diplomatic and get along with everybody and not be combative. And so had she jumped on their case, now she would have issues. She doesn't want the same problems that Issa has.
Yeah.
You don't want these problems.
Well,
Well, go ahead,
I was
Omari.
just gonna say, speaking of coworkers, our co-host Allie's not here tonight, but she will be back next week. And also, Molly had an interesting run-in with her boss today. Did you want to move on to that, or do you want to save it for later?
Well, no, I was going to get to it. And
Okay.
yes, Allie will be back next week. I totally forgot to
When is
mention
she
you.
Shout out.
Allie, darling, I don't know where you're at right now. She
At a
said she had to
pub,
work or
probably.
something.
She had an event she had to attend.
She probably laid up there with her
And now you
Lawrence.
see,
Her and Lawrence at
this is
home.
why you can't have friends at work because then they'll put you on blast. And,
I'll put
let
you
you
on
know, let
blast.
everybody
You
know
laid
your
up there with
business.
Lawrence.
What if she has a hot date and she's two-timing the other dude and now he's
Oh.
watching this trying to see if she showed up and he
Just putting her
busted
business
her
in the
out.
streets. That's not what she's doing.
Allie, bring your ass to work next week. And I will not be here
That's how
on
rumors get
November 13th. I will not be here.
No.
So
Where you
somebody's
going?
going to have to take notes. Anywho, let's move forward. Issa's coworker pressures her to hit up Daniel, her ex-boo, to do this class assignment. And we
Yeah.
find out that he does come and do this class assignment. So we're going to get into that. But I want to talk about the classic man.
Oh,
You can
Jadena,
be
yes.
mean. We look just clean
Jadena,
on
my
the
man,
classic
my
man.
light-skinned boo.
Who's
Jadena shows up, goes on a date with Molly. He's, I guess,
He
an
was
attorney
looking
as
cute,
well.
though.
Like, so cute.
So cute.
His smile is so impeccable. My God. Is it baking soda?
And he was being super smooth and just perfect.
I threw my panties at my cell phone watching this show because I have the little app, the HBO
HBO
app.
Go.
I was
So I took
wondering
off
what
my
got me
panty
wet.
and I threw my panties. But yes, Jadena, that was Jadena, the one and only classic man. So what do we think about Molly and what was his actual name in the show? I don't know.
E. Did you catch it?
I didn't catch.
No,
I didn't catch his
I
name,
didn't
but
catch his
but
name.
he's supposed to be like a hot up
Sweet
and
Baby,
coming.
what's his name?
Sweet Baby.
Oh.
Sweet Baby, you supposed to be catching everything they ain't catching.
That's, we were just like,
I was just
Jadena.
calling him Classic Man for
Right,
the whole
do-
episode.
Yeah. So what do you guys
Right.
think about her and this up and coming hot attorney?
I liked his rapport with her, how he could feel she was being a little bit negative,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of giving her negative energy back, he tried to bring her out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So she started talking about the work trauma. He's like, you know what? I feel you. I go through this same thing all the time. So I think when a man can do that for a woman and like pick her up a little bit, it's like kind of nice to see. So I appreciated him trying to change up her energy and relate to her and listen to her and understand where she was coming from, as opposed to being like, oh, this bitch is being like super negative on our date. I'm not gonna fuck with her. He was just, he was into her, and I liked it. It was a good.
Yeah, because he could have gotten on her
you know
about
what I
that.
mean?
Like, why you come here stanky? You could have just
Right.
canceled if you're gonna have
Exactly.
attitude.
He was patient with her.
yeah.
Even with your deep voice, you made bitch and fuck. Well, all them bad words you made sound really like suave with that deep voice. That's
It's
great.
been a long weekend.
But you saw her the next day, like, take his advice, though.
Yeah.
And I thought that was commendable because oftentimes we want to vent, but we don't want to hear people's, reasons or something that sometimes we just don't, we think that we know everything. So I appreciate the fact that she went to work and she actually responded to the advice that he gave. I mean, she was listening too.
Right.
Yeah, and this is the last thing I just want to bring up about this scene. I love the fact that Molly and Classic Man had a slow dance together. They danced. And I'm going to tell you,
Not twerk.
dancing is one of those things, if you dance in a classic manner, okay, not just twerking and popping it and dropping it, a man is to take the lead. And she allowed him to take the lead. And she's a controlling woman. And I don't know if they meant to play it like that, but I see her letting her guard down a little bit, even in dancing. So anyway, I want to move forward real quick. Issa and Lawrence share some pumpkin pie on their new couch, which I thought was cute because Lawrence didn't want to spill pumpkin pie on the new couch, which means he doesn't want to damage the new beginning. See, there is meaning in everything that they do.
Levels.
Levels
People.
to this. So Molly,
Deep there.
Molly has the guts. So we find
Like, I
out
didn't
that,
catch that.
yeah, I just pick up on things like that. So Molly was asked to basically tell Dada that she needs to kind of fall back
Calm her
by
ass
her,
down.
calm her ass down
Yeah.
by her white supervisor. Tells her that she needs to talk to Dada, and Molly, I love this, has the guts to go back to her white supervisor and say, "Look, you need to tell her, not me. You need to tell
Like,
her.
I'm just another coworker. You are
I'm a
the
coworker.
boss.
You the boss. You the boss."
And see, I was afraid that was going to backfire in her face.
I thought it was too.
I was nervous about that because I really felt like she wasn't listening to instructions and they were going to find an excuse to reprimand her and maybe they were testing her leadership and seeing if she would be aggressive enough or
but she's a third year. She's been there 3 years. They know her work ethic.
Yeah.
Right, but they also need to know that you can manage a team as well. And it's not always hunky dory. Sometimes you have to tell people some bad news or deliver information that you don't want to.
Well, we don't know the outcome because all we saw was they had a conversation with her.
It still
Molly
might
Molly walks by. We don't know what exactly comes out of it.
I mean, we know it was ethnically driven.
Right. The
why
reason they
gave it to
wanted
her.
Molly to talk to her is because
Right.
they were like, you black, she black. Y'all talk to
Connect.
that girl,
Black
right?
talk.
Do that.
Have a
You got
black
it, right?
talk. Lawrence and what's her name? With
Tasha.
the titties. Tasha. I wrote down Tish with the titties. Tasha
with the
pops
titties.
up with her breasts covered, but they see each other at the mall. And Lawrence has this realization that he might be working at Best Buy for a little bit longer. But I keep telling you guys, watch her.
Something's
Watch
gonna happen.
her.
This-
Something's gonna
Sweet
happen
baby.
with them.
Okay, they're
Go ahead.
both spending time
They're
with
both
somebody.
interested in other people. Like
Oh,
maybe
Issa and Lawrence?
Issa's interested in
Daniel.
Daniel, and he's interested in but she works at the
Well,
bank,
I don't
right?
think
Or
that
is
they're
what the
interested
credit
in
union?
these people. I think that they're entertaining something that's potentially more than a friendship when you know that somebody's kind of crushing on you.
It feels good,
It's
right?
compromising.
Feels
No,
good, doesn't it?
I mean, it does. It feels great.
You like
feels
that extra
great.
attention.
But you're leading somebody on.
You are leading somebody on, but let's we gotta wrap it up here. So Molly has to witness Dada getting the talking to. So Daniel teaches a class about hip hop and whatnot. It was great. All the kids love it, which I'm not a fan of teaching kids about hip hop. It's everywhere. They don't need a class about it.
Right.
Not until maybe college. But anywho, they talk about Ty Dolla $ign. Ty Dolla $ign pops up in Issa's bathroom rap scene where she's
Fantasy.
having this fantasy about Daniel,
Mirror
and then
Daniel.
Lawrence pops up, and then Molly's actually in the bathroom hearing her do this like self-talk.
Girl, is you crazy?
Like, are you out of your mind? And that was just really awkward. But I want to move to the very last scene. We see Issa overhear and see her students on YouTube watching broken vaginal canal.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. I was
mortified.
I can actually relate to that because I said in the first episode I was a substitute teacher, but I have like YouTube videos out from doing like other stuff in the past, and I've had kids come up to me and play the videos in class, and it's pretty mortifying and embarrassing because they see you in your element as opposed to you trying to be this professional, like, kids, do your work, and they're like, Mr. Bailey,
Yeah, they can't take you seriously.
what are you doing in
What
here?
are you
I was
doing?
like, oh my God. So you kind of like lose a little
Yeah.
bit of respect in the classroom, so
But
I can relate to that. It was
This is life as a millennial. I just
Yeah.
want to just say this. I
Everything's
think
out
this
there.
is life as a millennial, and this is one of those things. It's one of those elements. How do you balance having a passion and having a profession that pays you, but you still want to like have your dream as well? So it's going to be interesting to see how she battles and beats that
I'm
back.
curious to see what she does.
So let's get into it. I've got my whole thing. I want to do predictions. I want to rename them. So yours will be the spicy flavor of the week.
And is that from the show? Something spicy from the show?
Whatever. Just
Or just in general?
No, from the show.
Okay.
Your predictions.
From the
It's got to be
show.
So like, I
spicy
can
from
give you
the
that
show.
spicy tip, a new
And
position.
Omari, your predictions are going to be called Omari's turn-ons.
Okay.
Okay. And then I don't know what mine is going to be called yet, but my prediction is Issa will be fired from her job based on what happened with the whole broken you know what.
Yes.
And I say that because she works in an element where her moral compass has to
Fiber.
be very straightforward, right? So I think it's going to come into play, but I think she'll end up being happier finding her new passion. But then Lawrence will be making more money than her because she won't have no damn job. So anywho, Omari,
Not
what's your
much.
turn on
My turn on.
/ prediction?
Okay, I was like, I don't know if anything turned me on in this episode. I think that Issa is going to end up with Daniel in the end. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Spicy flavor of the week.
Okay, so one thing that I want to
Oh, wait,
address.
sorry, pause. My bad.
Oh, go
Can I
ahead.
pause your prediction
Go
real quick?
ahead.
So, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Lawrence is going to end up with Tasha also. I think Tasha and Daniel are better for Issa and Lawrence. I think
Tasha and Daniel.
Yeah, I think Tasha's better for Lawrence and Daniel is better for Issa. I think they complement each other. I think they give them what they need in their respective relationships. I feel like he's
And
boring.
Tasha is.
he's
I don't
poor.
think Tasha is better
he's
for
working with Ty
Lawrence.
Dolla $ign.
Okay.
Tasha is
First off, that's what he
Tasha
said.
is encouraging.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think Issa is
She
setting
builds
herself up for
man.
failure. Issa, you can't just believe everything that somebody tells you. I really don't think that he's working with Ty Dolla $ign. I think that he's just trying to impress his
He was
old
in the
boo.
fantasy. What do you mean?
No, he's just trying to impress his
a
old boo.
fantasy,
And
honey.
he said, I'm about to work with him. I'm about to produce something for him, which also means that he's probably working on
It's
his
not-
vision board,
right.
and he's just speaking that into
Hey,
existence.
don't be
I
talking
don't
about
think
my
he's
vision
really
boards, man.
working on that with
Those
him.
vision boards work. All right.
Look, I have
Get you
LeBron
a vision
all
board.
through my Pinterest, all through my mind, all through my fantasies. I don't know LeBron. I have him in my phone.
Not
That's
yet.
really my mama phone number. Okay,
Not
sweet
yet.
baby.
Wait, we got Spicy's prediction. Sorry,
Oh,
I cut
so
her
what's your
off.
prediction?
I cut her off.
Okay, so for my prediction, I'm gonna throw it to Molly. I'm gonna say that my spicy flavor for Molly is that she's really uptight, and I'm hoping that we see another episode with Jadena. I think she needs not just some good loving, because she's been, spreading them legs on these apps and stuff like that.
Gotta find your frog.
But I think that what she really needs is just to relax. I think she needs to chill and just develop friendships first before trying to make every single person who she runs into or goes on a date with her husband. Just make them friendships and develop a rapport and just get comfortable. Like, be the girl that can kick it and chill, and Molly will have a way better chance of keeping Jadena around.
And this is not really like a prediction based on one person, but just the production value and whatnot. I think there is a hot love scene coming. I don't know who it's going to involve, but I just, there was a montage that involved Issa and Lawrence kind of getting it on their couch, and then we see Lawrence's booty crack.
We
All
saw his
in this
booty,
episode.
yeah,
okay,
today.
I think they're easing us into this like crescendo
Of sex.
sex. Sweet baby, anything you want to add?
I do feel like she's gonna get in trouble at her job for that video.
Right.
I do think that's gonna happen.
Right.
But I also think that Tasha and
Lawrence.
I feel like they're gonna get closer.
See?
And then Daniel and Issa are gonna get closer.
feel me?
And it's gonna be more problems in their relationship. And maybe they'll come back together in the end. But I feel like they're gonna
Don't you
they're
think
gonna
Tasha-
start
you
they're
think-
gonna keep gravitating
Yeah.
towards the other people. Like maybe they're just not.
So you agree with me?
I do agree with you, but I also
Well.
like maybe Daniel's gonna get her into music or something like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's like, oh, you do
And
music,
she's gonna find her passion.
and she like, oh, Ty Dolla $ign, whatever. So like
Yeah.
he's gonna sell her a fantasy maybe, and she's gonna get really into the music, but then it's gonna fall apart, and she might end up back with Lawrence again. Like they're both gonna get caught up in the idea of what they think they want the other
Right.
person
Yes,
to be.
caught up in the idea.
Like he'll be caught up in the idea of Tasha because she's different from Issa, and she'll be caught up in the idea of Daniel, but then they'll both be like,
Disappointed.
it's just ideas. It's not a real thing. Yeah.
I like how you laid that out there.
Look. Sweet baby, thank you so much for
Yeah,
that.
come back. That was
I
nice.
cannot remember your government name, but Sweet baby, thank you so much. If you guys have ideas
Sweet
about
baby.
what's going to happen in the next episodes, let us know on YouTube, also on social media, AfterBuzz TV across the board. I'm your lead host, McCall Hall. You can find me on social media when sports and pop culture collide at McCall Hall. Now, where can they find you guys?
And I'm your girl, Spicy Mari. You guys can play with my Twitter or stroke my Instagram at Spicy Mari.
And it's your boy Omari Bailey. You can find me on Twitter and IG at OnWithOmari, and also Snapchat at Omari B.
I don't know what they're gonna be doing next week. We've been bored as fuck, thirsty as fuck. I don't
Racist as fuck,
racist
messy
as
as
fuck.
fuck, all
I don't know what next week is gonna be, but
Dang,
just
and I
know,
wanted to talk about that more. The lack of development on the show.
yeah, we're gonna get into it
We'll
more
get
next
into it.
week. Look, next week, next Sunday, catch us back here on AfterBuzz TV for Insecure. We love you guys. Have a safe week. Peace.
Happy Halloween.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
See
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.